In this video, I'm going to explain how to find a symbol. But before we go into that, we need to know what a symbol is. Basically, it's a repeated object, place, person, phrase, or entity in a story that is meant to represent something else. Often, a symbol is going to have a place of importance in the story. Okay, and the symbol is there to function as a representation of a larger idea that the author wants to point you towards. So some examples of possible symbols could be a graveyard, a phrase like a good man is hard to find, the one ring of power like in Lord of the Rings, fire, the job or occupation or some characteristic of a character, or even things like weather like snow and sunshine. Now, when looking for a symbol, the first thing you need to do is look for repeated descriptions, phrases, and images. And again, I want to emphasize that these will often seem to have a place of importance in the story because they're going to be mentioned at times that seem significant, okay? So when you're encountering these repeated descriptions, phrases, or images, ask yourself, what are these repetitions drawing your attention to? So for example, in our short story, A Good Man is Hard to Find by Flannery O'Connor, the phrase, a good man is hard to find, is often brought up, and it's usually to draw our attention to the fact that the characters do not seem to be good people. All right, second, determine what the symbol means. All right, so every symbol stands as a representation of something else. So ask yourself, what associations do we make with that description, image, phrase? Okay, so for example, fire. Let's say fire is repeatedly mentioned in a story. Fire is often symbolic of new ideas, life, rejuvenation, but at the same time, we also have associations of hell and destruction with fire. So if fire is repeated in a story, ask yourself what the fire represents. And you can also look at where does the fire appear in the story and how is it used to help you determine if fire maybe has a positive connotation or symbolic meaning, or maybe more of a negative symbolic meaning. Now, third, you need to connect the symbol with the theme or the overall point of the story that the author is making. So if you need more help finding a theme, you can use the little link to the video in the upper right-hand corner, or you can just ask yourself these few questions. What can be learned from the protagonist's actions and growth by the end of the story? Maybe what idea or message does the ending of the story seem to reinforce? And how does the ending of the story shape your view of what happened in the rest of the story? Now, once you have your symbol and a theme, you need to explain how the two work together in what I call a symbol statement. And you can use this statement in an essay or maybe when in one of your forum posts. But when talking about symbols, you need to make three things clear. First, what the symbol is. Second, what the symbol represents. And third, how the symbol ties in with the theme of the story. So if I were to use the one ring from the Lord of the Rings, if I were to say that the one ring represents power, this would be how my symbol statement would work out. I would say, in the Lord of the Rings, the one ring represents how the temptation for power can corrupt us. The fact that every character submits to the temptation of the one ring in some way shows that absolute power should never be entrusted to one person indefinitely. So that last statement there is my theme. I'm saying what is the overall importance of the symbol and what can we learn from the symbol and the story together. All right, I hope that this short video helps you understand how symbolism works in a story and connects to the theme.